This is part five of the book. What about the Moorish New African Nation from the Alawite Empire by Sheikh Nanabi and his baby by Minister T. Introduction. This introduction to what we call What About the Moorish New African Nation. This nation was built by the great African prince, the Holy Prophet Noble Jew Ali and his Moorish Island of America, in which Moorish American Muslims striving to be our higher selves, built on to the foundation, stone of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. The Moorish Islamic foundation came from Prophet Noble Jew Ali, the divine plan of the age. He came to awaken the unconscious New African Moors to the state of consciousness. This act of 1865 ended slavery, and the names of niggers, negroes, colored, black, African American, all these names came from slaveholders in 1779 AD, so-called white pale-skinned nation of Europe. But why New African Moors are still acting like slaves in 2022, 43 years later? Like, what are all these so-called black billionaires, millionaires, don't have no political power to move nothing in the streets or in the U.S. government? New African Moors spend more than any other group in America. New African Moors say they are conscious men and women, but are acting so different because we as a people are not united in truth and reality. As the New African people of America, need to come together in unity and learn to love instead of hate. We are still self-hate of ourselves and others that look like them. This self-hatred was induced since the days of slavery in the bloodline of children. This is why New African this is why New African people fear so-called white people, and the same as so-called white people fear so-called black people. This is the reason why so-called white people hate us so bad, because they actually came from us as a people. We as New African people to get along with so-called white people, because our prophets tell us what we must learn to love instead of hate. One thing the New African Moors must do is come to consciousness, so we can face what's coming in the future. We as a conscious people, what we have to do is our divine bloodline, going through all the prophets, holy men and women, the Mississippi order. Our Sheikh Lonnie Bean, his great divine minister, Moti, is a good man, striving to live my life under divine grand principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I follow the Holy Prophet Most Noble Jew Ali, who was prepared divinely in due time by Allah to redeem men from the sinful ways, to warn them of the great wrath which is sure to come upon the earth. But man, like every other thing of Allah, every other thought of Allah, was but a seed that held deep within itself all the potencies of Allah. Just as the seed of any plant of earth holds deep within itself the attributes of every part of that special plant. I am building onto the Moorish loving foundation of my holy prophet. This special plant is a spirit man. It's built onto the solid foundation, stone of goodness and being right in everything that we do. We have all the attributes of Allah in us, because the Spirit is God within us. And as we strive for perfection every day, I have been built on the Moorish Islamic foundation stone laid down by the Holy Prophet Noble Jew Ali. I am the founder, Sheikh Mighty Beings Bay, Divine Ministry Mother Chief of the Moorish Islamic Council of Current Affairs. This organization was founded with the concept of uplifting fallen humanity and the five highest principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I came under the teachings of this noble man that became my spiritual father, and I am his son. I am striving to help all people in trouble with the law or criminal justice system, from the juvenile centers, county jails, prisons, federal, state, probation, parole, because I have been a part of all these systems, and I know how they work, and the downfalls and the good about them. And I intend to help people get out of the system and to help them to do the right thing. The Moorish mystic Sufism. These Sufi masters, hold up, read this 4 here, this is it. This one, you do the right thing. In the Moorish mystic Sufi order, these Sufi masters have out-of-body experiences, and their thoughts are deep ground with their protector, swoop angels, the spiritual adapts, ministers, governors. What is this? Thoughts are deeply grounded with their protectors, spiritual angels, his seats, adapts, ministers, governors, and grand governors, supreme grand chief, supreme grand chairman, supreme grand secretary, supreme grand treasurer, supreme grand body, and the grand body. This is how my holy prophets over Jew set things up, and forever giving them the highest praise to Allah for sending his divine holy son to this day start from on high. This is how his son created heaven on earth, third heaven, that chambers of all sides of America. Just giving you some of my divine understanding of Allah's holy prophet, Noble Jew Ali. Something wrong. Something totally wrong. In the name of Allah, the most great jest, the most great God of all the worlds. He brought the most holy prophet, Noble Jew Ali. When the holy prophet was Noble Jew Ali was born, his name was Timothy Drew, on January 1886 AD. A spear hit the earth, and it was an earthquake in North Carolina. In the year of 1910, he went to Egypt. The Moors master deaf sheiks. They put Timothy Drew to a test and he passed. In 1923, he went to the holy city of Mecca to see the Sultan Abdul Aziz Saad. And this holy city housed the holy black stone. The king Abdul Aziz Saad gave him the uplifting of the little African Moorish people because they were king and queen of the world. King Abdul Aziz Saad gave Timothy Drew a Islamic holy name, Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali, and gave him his mission of saving the human race by creating the Holy Canaanite Temple in 1912 and 1913 AD. He founded the Moorish Divine movement of the world. Then, in 1925, he created the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. All of these organizations became the Moorish Science of America Incorporated. He started to call himself the Holy Prophet Most Noble Jew Ali in the year of 1925 and 1928. The Holy Prophet Noble Jew Ali went to 2 Pan Am conventions for the rights of nations and for human rights, and they saw him as the great African prince. The great Holy Prophet Most Noble Jew Ali, the Son of God, was the new African Moorish people their true, holy, and divine creed, Islamism, brought us our nationality, Moorish Americans, Muslims, our true national names, Ali Ben Il, and our true Moorish flag, which is a red flag with a 5-pointed green star in the center. And the 5 highest pillars known to men, Lord, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Even though the men rest on human hands all over the earth, there still will be some rulers who will reason with wisdom and justice. And builders will build up high civilization on earth, or at least parts of the earth. Other coming scientists, artists, and mystics. The Son of God founded the noble order of Mississippi's of more science, Sheikh Sharif Rafi Ali Bey Sultan on July 7, 1957 AD, who brings the world new ideals and discoveries in order to guide the Earth's development in new directions. The Moorish Science of America Incorporated is the guiding force of the universe. This Moorish national divine movement of the world is to open the blind eyes so they can see the light of truth and reality to the whole world. He, the Holy Prophet Most Jew Ali, came to lay down the divine law of Allah, the great God of all the worlds, the truth about slavery. The so-called blacks and Hispanics are the 12 tribes of Israel, and we are the children of slave trade, the 12 tribes of Israel today. Judah, American blacks, Benjamin, West Indians, Levi, Haitians, Ephraim, Puerto Ricans, Manasseh, Cubans, Seminole, Dominicans, Reuben, Seminole, Indians, Gad, American Indians, Natapat, Argentinian child, Zebulon, Guatemala and Panama, Ashi, Gilbert, Colombians and Algerians, as the Mexican Indians. Our new African Moorish people, children, will be taken from us and given to another race of people, and we should do nothing to stop it from happening. But it should come to pass. Deuteronomy. But it should come to pass. If those shall not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, and observe to all his commandments, and his statutes which he command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee, and hearken. We should do the course of the work for food, water, clothing, and anything else we may need. chains of irons were put upon our necks until we were destroyed as a people. All these people were put in slavery, and New African Moorish people have survived these hard times in society. The Holy Prophet Noble came from the New African Moorish people, but he came to save the whole world and all people. This is some early writing I wrote on the Moorish Islamic Council of Printing Affairs. I'm reading right now. I Miss Alani Beanies Bay. I Miss Alani Beanies Bay. Seek Divine Minister Love Cheese, the founder of the Moorish Islamic Council of Printing Affairs. I am the CEO, and I am your good brother in the struggle for the New African Moorish people all over the world. All people all around the world. And I am a faithful follower of the Holy Prophet Noble who came the Savior of the world. He is the man for the job for the day. A true son of God, the Holy Prophet Noble he came to fallen humanity by teaching the New African Moorish people the truth about who they really are, and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I am going to help my New African Moorish people to become better citizens and help them to get their lives in order so they can become productive members of society and help people who are ex-offenders get a higher education, homes, and employment. This order of the Moorish Islamic Council is to help educate the ex-offenders and offenders to the law. I, Mr. Lonnie Beanies Bay Sheik, Divine Minister Mother Jesus, solidarity, unity for the poor, homeless, oppressed, and incarcerated men and women in society. My leader is the Holy Prophet Noble when he was born on January 1880. No, I ain't gonna read that all over again. No, I just read that. No. I'm the CEO of the Moorish Islamic Council of Printing Affairs. Master teachers, I am the one who will help them to become better human beings all around the world. Our aims, I already read that. Let me stop this. Let me take this out of here. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. And their religious foundation was built on a song of salvation for its New African Moorish people and the great act. I would like the criminal and justice system and the state of Michigan to consider this point of view. to unjust sentences of defendants in the New African Moorish community for the mistreatment, racism, and bigotry directed towards the people, all people of this world. And this needs to stop. I should be a just and be a ruler to rule a region in wisdom and justice, and will build up high civilization or at least a parcel of the earth, coming from the divine missionary work of the upon humanity. These people came from poverty, misery, and suffering to the solid foundation stone of salvation, which is to live the life to intend, was to encourage all people to open up the all-seeing eye and allow them to see the truth of who they really are. The great Son of God, I am that I am, the Son of God. See Lonnie Beanies Bay, Divine Minister Bob T, the founder of the Moorish Islamic Council of President Affairs. When it comes down to significant decisions regarding the direction of this organization, the final decision will be my own. All of my board of directors shall be considered as trustees moving forward in this movement. We should not discriminate against anyone, man or woman, regardless of race, nationality, gender, religion, or affiliation. And lastly, the public policy role of the Islamism include the influence of the formulation of public policy and legislation, civil reason, within the framework of the constitutionalism, human beings as human rights and citizenship, discusses reasoning of civil reasoning process of requiring for the adoption of public policy of the state. I am a Moorish Islamic socialist, and my name is Lonnie Beanies Bay Sheikh, Divine Minister Bubba T. For the MSCB. I can't go give all the people enduring bad in the streets. We stand in solidarity and unity for the poor, homeless, oppressed, and incarcerated first. We have the right to live on this earth as human beings. Also, everyone has the right to self-determination. We stand on 5 highest principles known to man, which are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. The purpose of the Moorish Islamic Council is to support all people who are involved in the criminal and corrections systems, those on the juvenile centers, county jails, federal state prisons. I read it already. We advocate for those who don't have a voice in prison, or the formerly or ex-offenders. We speak on their behalf of the oppressed people all around the world. I supported these systems because I have been part of all these systems, and I would like to support this cause. We intend to support those who are incarcerated and the formerly incarcerated people, men and women. I hope to help these people get back on their own feet with higher education, housing, employment, etc. We should come in solidarity and unity with the poor, homeless, oppressed, and incarcerated. I intend to help all people get their system. Hold up. I already read this. Yeah, I read this already. I intend to help people get out of the system and to reestablish their lives when they are released from prison. I should help them in the great program of the Quality of Humanity. I would like the criminal justice system of the state of Michigan to consider this. Based on the unjust sentences in the courts and the full time at sentencing, they don't give any kind of good time whatsoever. And that needs to change and for the best. Also in the state, is a lot of bigotry, racism, directed towards New African Moorish community. And with this mistreatment, and this needs to be put to a stop. I just want to be one big happy Moorish American Muslim family and come together and work together, all because Moors are better than that. We should come together, have a good time with each other, and talk about the cares of the world and the state of New African Moorland today, and other topics concerning the Moorish American Muslim state of being in America today. This is going to be a tremendous amount of work ahead of us Moors. We Moors are working ahead hard to reestablish heaven on earth so we can live our lives in peace and happiness. I'm gonna stop right here, Michael. Tight. 18.